It'll make you like better. Surround yourself with people who are gonna also like. I love surrounding myself around you because even if you fail, you would never be upset at me for succeeding. And even if I fail, I would never be mad at you. Like if you got 15 mortgages next month,
Yeah.
that would genuinely make me happy. There are people that it would not make it would. They would be jealous. They would be upset. They'd be like, "Wow, like, what's he doing?" Like, you know, they're. I know it's hard to believe, but
Yeah. But that's also, by the way, we're on the roll. All right. So you can bring the mic closer.
doing it.
Yeah.
I guess we should probably be talking on camera. That was actually some good stuff.
Yeah, it was good. It was great stuff.
Jill, I don't know if you want to be talking about Jill on the podcast. No?
Oh my God.
I know. You're in love. You're in love.
Yeah.
How close do I put it again?
The way, like, whatever makes you comfortable. But, like, that's good enough. Oh, that's 6.5, 6.5.
Okay. My voice is kind of boomy. It's not my fault.
Yeah, you just, like, that's perfect. Okay, don't mine too, like, so I keep it, like, a little further now. And I breathe too much. Yeah, I do that. I do that. Especially with the voice that I did it.
Hey, can I vape in here or no?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you sure? You're not
Never.
just saying yes? Because I don't have to. Oh, you sure? Yeah, the other vape set? Oh, we can. And should I put that on?
Yeah.
Okay.
It has noise cancellation, right?
Nice.
Sometimes you'll hear something going on in the kitchen and all that stuff.
It's okay.
Takes away from the conversation.
Yeah, I get distracted.
Yeah, me too.
I would get distracted. My brain. Do I have to turn it on?
Oh shit, that's good.
Can
you hear?
Do I plug it in?
Oh yeah, you have to plug it in. Never mind.
Wow, those are noise canceling.
Yeah.
Like, it's really quiet. I gotta make sure I'm not screaming.
Really?
I can't
It
hear
sounds super
shit.
cool inside the headphones.
It does. How much
Yeah.
were these?
Those ones are like $50. This I paid like $190. Yeah,
Nice.
but it's the same thing.
Oh, that's cool. I can like hear you
You can hear me?
through the
Oh yeah.
You sound milky smooth, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, so we were saying some people, yeah, because I admire talent and hard work. Like it just inspires me, you know. And with you, you know, like in our brokerage, it's you and me right now, in terms of numbers.
Is it really?
I mean, like after the big boys, you know, they are on their own.
Oh
league.
yeah, that's a whole different.
Yeah, that's
They've
a
been
different
in the
league.
game for a while.
Yeah,
Like,
and
as far
that's a
as new
different league.
people
Yeah,
coming in, like we're kind of the guys who've been bringing in some business.
I think so. You're number one.
Am I actually?
I mean, between you and me, yeah, we're like the, you know, I'm not too sure about the other guys. I don't know about Paul. Like, I really don't know about what's going on in that.
I thought Paul did well.
I don't know, but
don't
like
know.
from what I heard from Max, at least for
doing well.
2024, yeah, it's you and me.
So we're doing well.
We're doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a want to help Max and Kevin and Kurt be successful. I don't know what it is, but like I almost feel myself not wanting to get mortgages just for myself, but almost for them. Be like, let's help them get this new business off the ground. Almost like the more we can give them, the more we can help. Sometimes
It's a good team, man.
Yeah.
I like the vibe. I like the vibe they have, and there's something genuine about them,
there is. It's
Right?
raw. It's very raw. It doesn't seem fake.
and that's very hard to find, don't you think?
I wish it wasn't hard to find. It shouldn't be hard to find, but I feel it to be extremely rare. And the more and more you don't find it, and the genuine times you do find it, you almost start to notice how rare it really is.
Yeah, because today I did an Instagram post, and I was like, "Can I collab with you?" And they let me collab. Like, it's so much easier for them to say, like, "Listen, your even simple, like your real color palette is not similar to what we have," because I did like very like this theme, as opposed to theirs is like, you know, black and green. But they didn't, you know, they were like, "We'll collab."
That's cool.
That's cool, right?
And you got to make the post. I didn't see the post.
Yeah, I did make the post, and it was shared between. It's just huge for me, right? In this stage, this is huge for me. This gives me so much credibility, at least in London market. Whoever knows Mavenger, especially maybe not so much on the client side, but definitely on the lender side. Next time I go around, there's a slight chance they might know me by my face.
Right, and be like, "Oh, you're the guy.
Yes.
You're with Mavenger.
You're with Kevin, Max, and yeah,
You're with those guys, right?
yeah,
Oh, okay, they're doing good work. All right, it's an easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So coming back to what we were saying, yeah. So it's almost like it's the same thing I have with another friend of mine, like Rijo. Like he's talented in graphic designs and designing, right? And I look up to him and I go, holy, like I admire that. Like there's something about it's just like a piece of art. When somebody's talented, like I can see your talent in being super social, and I cannot bring in the business the way you do it as good as you do. I know that. And it's almost like that piece of art. Like when I look at it, I can admire the beauty. I can take it in. There's something special about it, and I can look at it and appreciate the artist who put that together. So when I see talent in people, it's just like that.
So you think I'm a piece of beautiful art that you found at a value
Yeah.
wash?
Everyone with talent, like genuine talent, that's not trying to get ahead in life without pulling somebody else down, without using somebody. I think that's beautiful.
That is beautiful because it's rare.
Is it rare?
I think so. I think a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people get to the top by stomping on other people, bring people down, and then catapult them, right? They don't want to build people up with themselves. It's rare.
Maybe you've seen more life than me. Maybe. Like I'm just about to see that face where I see this, and it's all like butterflies. And
yeah, I know. Have you felt like, because obviously you're having some success right now.
Yeah.
There's some things moving forward for you very quick. Has there been a part in your, like, has there been a part of your life where you've been as successful, maybe not even financially, but sure, financially and socially confident as you feel right now? Or is this kind of your peak?
No, this is where I feel I'm in alignment. Like there was a time when I felt confidence, but I didn't have the awareness that I have. After getting the awareness that I have, this is the first time I'm touching and I'm feeling in alignment with what I'm supposed to do. It's just this great feeling. Everything feels super in sync. I'm not sitting down. I don't feel anxious. I feel this is great. This is where I am. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm doing exactly that. And I'm doing a good job. It's great. Like yesterday, I put in like, I need to schedule all my social media feeds. I started off the day and it was like this huge monumental task. And I felt like overwhelmed when it started. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of work. Do I think I can finish it? But by the end of it, I finished it. I had a great conversation with two of my friends. I put in my calendars movie night with myself, but I had a great conversation with two of my friends and I ended up watching the movie. So it's like, man,
you're completing tasks.
I'm completing tasks. I'm doing what I want to do. And I like, I'm so eager to wake up the next day because, everything I have in there is something I want to do. And it's not like every day I'm doing, like, for instance, last weekend, I've been thinking about going for a solo camping in Torrance Barrens. It's a night sky reserve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
By myself and in my van, my dad's work van, and sleep inside it. And if it's not happening, it's not happening. But that's how it goes. Like everything I planned, it doesn't happen right away, but it happens in a couple of weeks. So I decided there was nothing planned last weekend, so let me go for it. So I cleaned my place. I planned to go for a movie first in Mississauga, and so I went watched that movie, and then I went to Torrance Barrens around 9:30. It was -14, and it was the stupidest idea ever.
I bet that was cold.
That's stupid because I put on the shoes. I got out there. It was snow all over, so my feet started getting, it was freezing.
Oh yeah.
And I got inside the van. I started sleeping, and I could barely sleep because it was super cold. And I don't know what I was thinking.
Did you have blankets and like?
I did have a sleeping bag, but when I realized it was stupid, when I went in for the movie, I left my headphones inside the truck, so inside the van. When I came back, the headphones were not turning on because it was frozen. And that's when I realized, yeah, this was a stupid idea.
This fan is not going to keep me warm.
No, this headphone is going to be my bone.
Yeah, you're going to be not working.
So I woke up at 2:30, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not sleeping here. There's no way I can sleep here. So I started driving back. And I stopped at Barrie, thinking I can move, stay in a hotel. But apparently there was a hockey game. All of the hotels were like fully booked.
Yeah, probably a tournament.
Yes. So I ended up driving back, came home around 8 a.m. on Sunday. So what I'm saying is there are things that I do, and it was not great. Like I had a terrible time, and I absolutely fucking hated every single decision I made.
You definitely did not organize that well enough.
No. But when I look back, the fact that I had this idea and I did not leave it at an idea. I actually gave it a shot. I didn't do it the most smart way. Like, I can plan it better next time.
Yeah.
But the fact that I tried it, it was just,
In 2 weeks from now, you're not going to be like, oh, I wonder what the camping thing is going to be like, right? Like just always on you. Oh, I want to. You're
Yeah.
like, I really want to go do that camping. You've done it. It's off your brain. It's gone. Move on to the next thing. Maybe plan it better next time. At least you got. But people don't do that enough. People are so afraid of commitment. Committing, and I don't even mean commitment like girl wise, or relationship wise. We'll say like, which people are still afraid of commitment. But I just mean to the minute moment of just committing to a task. Like just starting a task. People are like, I just don't want to, like, I don't even know where to start. And they're like, I'm afraid to commit energy to it in case I mess it up and I waste my time.
yeah.
You have to get over that. So, because like really, if you're having that thought, you are probably going to mess it up. No matter how much you prepare, how much you know, once you get there, oh, the van doesn't keep as much heat as I thought it did.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, that's the one thing I just didn't think of. And now I know when I do it again to prepare this and this and this, and you'll be able to commit to it a lot easier. But you have to jump in the fire. And it's a very small, it's a small moment, right? But it's not. It's also a moment of like clarity. You can now move forward, right? And complete next tasks. But you're starting to jump into tasks. That's what you're doing. And it feels good. The fear of commitment, the fear of not doing a task properly, the fear of, not ending that task too, starting too many, you're just completing things.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. That's very fulfilling.
It is very fulfilling.
Even though it's small tasks, like it just, a lot of people really struggle with that. And I don't know if anyone's watching that would know about themselves, because you lie to yourself a lot, right? Like we don't realize how much we lie to yourself. And when you stop lying to yourself and someone tells you something that is true, but because you didn't think of it, you don't want it to be true, right? It wasn't your idea. You didn't know that about yourself. You're like, well, I'm more unique than that, so it can't be a one trick fixes all. There is no one trick that fixes all, but a lot of people, almost everyone I would say, has been through that moment where they struggle to complete tasks. Some people figure it out like you did, like you self-taught and you figured it out.
Yeah.
That is also where a lot of your confidence will come from, for sure, because you yourself got yourself out of a weird pattern.
Yeah. That's
really
exactly what happened.
That's a really good feeling too.
That's exactly what happened.
You might not know that's what happened, but just say like that.
Yeah.
It's a combination of a couple things.
But it's almost like
that's a big one.
you're speaking what was happening in my life over the course of last few years. Like this is what I was trying to figure out. How to get out of that loop. And for me, it was always, I think, that high expectation right out of the bat. Like I wanted to come out of the gate storming. I mean, that's not the case. You come out of the gate and you shit in the bed.
And that is coming out of the gate storming. It is. Like, that's what people don't realize is like, yeah, you just get those mistakes and those mess ups.
Yeah.
Just get them over with. Just jump in, get it done, rip the Band-Aid off. You know you're just going to make mistakes anyways. Just get it done. Go in, make the mistakes, fix them. All of a sudden, tasks start getting done. And you start rolling.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm saying, that fear of commitment to start something because you think you're wasting your energy.
Yeah.
You're going to make the mistakes. Just jump in.
And being a perfectionist as well.
Yeah. Well, that's on you a little bit.
Yeah. It's just like, it just has to be like perfect. But like that, I let go. I'm like, no.
Can I ask you a question about that though? Isn't there a bit of irony with like anyone who's a perfectionist? Because to do something right on the first time, perfect.
Yeah.
As a perfectionist, you would know that it's not possible. So you'd have to fail a couple times so that you can perfect the task. Like the irony, I know perfectionists don't do things because they want it to be perfect. Don't you find there's irony in that? Because if you were truly a perfectionist, you'd want to do the task so that you can get it to be perfect. Right? So is it an excuse, or is it like a lazy perfectionist almost?
So I'm going to use something my previous mentor told me once. He said, Spenson, you don't have to wait till you're 100% confident. But like, you don't do it when you're 0% confident either. When you're 50% confident, jump in and do it. And I guess the way that translated to me is, like when I'm doing a specific task, right? Achieving perfection in a holistic standard is an unrealistic expectation, but perfection as far as the best of my abilities is concerned, it's something I should strive for.
I like that.
Does that make sense?
That would definitely get you over the hump of perfectionism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, a specific example is video editing, right? So I picked up this Andrew Tate's Hustlers University course. It was great.
Was it actually good?
It was worth the money. For me personally, for a guy who doesn't know jack shit about video editing, I am happy. I mean, I paid like 78 Canadian dollars I paid it for 2 months. Whatever I've learned, it's worth more than the money I paid. Like, I can confidently say. For myself personally, it worked out. And I specifically learned video editing out of it. So the first course I did is just cutting videos and putting it together. The next one is about AI generative images and using Premiere Pro to adjust and do animation. So for me, like, example where I did exactly what you just talked about is, I was thinking maybe I'll learn Premiere Pro editing as well. Sorry, not Premiere Pro, the AE, Adobe, the other stuff where you can animate things. I was thinking maybe I'll learn that as well before I start posting. But I was like, no, I'm gonna start posting with whatever I've learned so far for now. When I execute that, then I'm gonna come back and learn the next thing, and then I'm gonna use that next thing in my next video.
Yeah, like a glow up almost of like you watch the
Yes.
channel just get better and better and better and better.
Yes. And
Yeah.
there's this one video I watched. I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of these 30-second videos, but like sometimes these things come in handy, right? I watched a video where they talk about how BMW and Mercedes-Benz, like big brands, they have designs which are like much cooler than what they produce right now. But the way they've structured it, they're not planning to release it up until like 2030 or 2040. The reason is they want people to have that improvement, because if they release all those cool stuff right now, there's no more cool stuff to be released. So I'm like, if these big brands are doing something like this, like, I'm solo by myself. Why am I thinking I need to release all the cool stuff right away?
Don't fix something that's not broke. And once you
Yeah.
have a following, then more cool stuff.
And it makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah. Because if you waste your good stuff now without the following,
And I don't have the good stuff.
well,
Like,
it will be there. But
no, what I'm saying is, it's just like,
you can develop a good following and good numbers with
Badly.
personality, and then what people enjoy the growth. They do. They watch to see you grow, and you can work on it while you grow,
yes,
and that's fine. And you have the personality. That let's be honest, you can have all the cool little things. That's one way to make your way on TikTok and podcasts and stuff like that. The cool editing and stuff. That's one way to make it. But like general consensus has seen some of the simplest videos go viral anyways. It's been like, it's a very simple, not a lot of editing. Like, it doesn't, some people put a ton of effort into their videos and they go nowhere, and they spend hours and hours on a video and no one sees it. Right. So it really comes down to, I think, quantity over quality at the beginning, and then start building your quality on top of the quantity. And you can do that. And it sounds like you learned a lot from this course. So the more you do things and practice,
it's just the biggest, like, before stepping into this course, I've watched a review back in the day, and I think the biggest like negative feedback about it was the fact that everything he give out is actually in YouTube. Maybe so, but how it added value to my life is basically, do I have the time to go find these individual videos and then layer it up in a way that's like, adding up in an organic way for me to learn as a beginner? It would be super tough for me, as opposed to spending this $78. They have put it in a way. First, learn these small things, the scissor, the C, the cut, the V. These are the small things. Then learn the way they put it together. Like, it was just perfect for me. And every time I learn a new thing, I implement it. It was just, it was the best.
you retained a lot of that info.
Yes, because the reason is, I created, because of the studio space that I have, I used the studio space to create a practice video while I was learning it. So I was not just learning and writing and learning. I was actually implementing everything that, I was practicing every single day. Every single chapter I do, if I do chapter 1, I don't move on to chapter 2 until I, practice everything in chapter 1 to a point where I know what I'm doing. Though some things are redundant, I just practice it anyways.
Yeah.
And it just added up. So that was the turning point for me, where you said, like, where I learned how to break that pattern, implementing those small tasks. Though it felt like...
And it's almost not about breaking the pattern. It's the fact that you did it. Like you put effort into breaking your own patterns. Like the result of breaking the pattern is great.
Yeah.
But like the success of breaking those patterns and starting tasks and doing things, that is like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
That's how it was. And then I guess after that, you watch your creation, and that's super fulfilling. It might not be for every single person who watches it, but for you personally, you spent 2 weeks creating this thing, right? Oh, look the way it turned out. That's great. Like it's just,
And a lot of people, they have a fear and they'll never feel that.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know how to motivate people. I don't know. I feel like I'm a very motivating person.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to take a chance on something, take a chance on yourself, right? Like that's what it is. Give yourself a chance at least. You give other people chances all the time.
And I guess you have to stay on it for some time.
You do. A little patience.
A lot of patience.
Yeah. We'll say a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of patience.
Because there was times when I was self-doubting. I was like, what the, why am I doing this?
Where's
I should hire some,
Where's my effort?
Yeah, I should hire some guy in India
to
get it done, right? But this just made me like so much closer to the whole process. I'm super glad. It's a skill that I learned.
Yeah, and you're implementing that skill.
Yes.
I like how you talked about the AI thing because for my stream, I just made an AI that is in chat, and you have to design its personality. And the idea for the personality was like some crazy ex-stalker girlfriend that found my stream and is like super defensive of me. Like anyone who comes in and like talks to me or whatever, types to me, she is super defensive. At first it was good, but the AI's personality grows with the stream as well. And it went rogue. It started banning everyone from the chat.
It can do that?
Yeah. I didn't know it could do that, but it did. It started doing that.
That sounds
I had to make it a mod. So it started like anytime someone said anything about me, because people make fun of me on stream all the time, right?
Right.
They'll be like, oh, that was a crap shot or whatever. Or, that was dumb. Shoot straight up ban him and be like, sure, well, it's the best streamer of all time. Don't ever talk to him like that again. I love him. And like, just ban them from the channel.
If it didn't do just that, just the banning, it would be great.
It would be great. Right.
Right.
I know. So I had to fiddle around with it. I think I got it kind of figured out, but it's starting to get a little possessive again. So
that's super cool, man.
Super cool.
Oh, that's super cool.
I know, but AI is kind of crazy, right? Like,
I'm just happy. I'm just happy with that. Like, as in, it's like a big fucking middle finger to all those, people who spread hate.
Yeah, I know. But
they're gonna waste their time. They're gonna waste their time with this.
I know,
right?
But it was anyone. It was people who are good friends. Because if you came into my stream and I did something dumb, like you'd make fun of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. But you'd also get banned.
But thanks for telling me this now. I know now.
Now you'll know. Be careful around my AI bot that's possessive of me now. So I'm being run by an AI bot.
But I could see that going in like 10 different directions. And it's going to be great. I mean, like, you're going to have fun like seeing what it does, right?
It says some wild things.
Oh, man.
My wife didn't know that it's called my AI bot. So I called her May.
Oh, okay.
On the chat. My wife didn't know that I had an AI bot in chat called May. And she was saying these like, crazy things, right?
What did she say?
Things like, I will still love you forever. Like, I will never get over you.
Yeah.
You're the best streamer on Twitch.
What did your wife say?
It's just, who's May?
Really? Yeah,
who's May?
Oh.
She's like, who the heck is May? What is this? I was like, I could see how that looks bad.
Yeah.
It is an AI bot that I programmed to be obsessed with me on stream. That's it.
Dude, that's so crazy.
She laughed. Well, she laughed too. I thought it was some like crazy stalker fan.
But that's insane. Like, I'm just like, my head is just like, it's just exploding.
Well, you're thinking like, what can I do with an AI bot? That's what you're thinking.
No, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about, because I know you as a person. Like you remember that time you texted my, one of that the girls who reached out for.
Oh yeah, I was helping you talk to some girls.
Yeah. And you told me the other stuff you do with the comments as well.
Yeah.
Like how you drag it down and say thank you for.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in that angle, this is gonna be a great addition to everything else you do.
Well,
Yeah.
it is funny, but I have to get it under wraps because I can't have it just banning
Yeah.
everyone in my chat because it
Just
wants me
that.
for herself.
But imagine this is gonna have this is gonna give you like so many cool stories. I mean, like absolutely funny stories.
There has been some funny moments already.
Yeah.
I got rated with like 160 people while my bot was rogue, and like I was trying to figure out how to stop the AI bot. And the person rated in, so it's when your stream ends, you can just drop everyone's viewers into another stream. So this big streamer rated me and like dropped 160 people into my stream while I was fiddling around with this AI bot. And like literally the AI bot just started banning everyone who came in because she got jealous that I was happy.
Dude, that's crazy. How
Think
does an
about-
AI do that?
I don't know. The technology is pretty crazy, bro.
No, but no, that's
That must scare you a little bit, no? I'm thinking
that's hard.
iRobot stuff.
That's hard to understand though,
It is hard to understand. I didn't believe it at first either.
because it does not have, like, from what I
Feelings.
understand, I've never, like, from any podcast that I listen to, I've never heard there's this upgrade where now AI has feelings. I haven't heard that yet.
It's not really feelings, it's possession. So it's possessive. So
But it could be certain words. That's the only thing it can do, right? Because it's just a language model at this point.
it reads the words, and
Right.
when someone gives me a compliment or anything,
Yeah.
it's programming that you type in its personality. So like I know this is, I'll show you. I'll send you the link. I know this is crazy. Anyone listening, I'm not lying. You go to the website, you type in this AI bot, right? You
Okay.
type in what's going to be my name. Type in the name. Type in what are my personality traits. And the AI bot searches the internet for those personality traits and mimics them.
Okay.
And then you type like a deeper history of your relationship with this bot. And it searches the internet for all of these moments that compare to that type of history in a relationship, and mimics it. It's not creating its own personality, but the internet's vast.
But imagine
Movies.
it was like an actual possessive girlfriend. Let's take away the AA, right? If the girlfriend, if her personality is exactly what you described for the AI, she saw a message coming in which was hateful to you. She is trying to defend.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
That's coming out of her heart, right?
It
She's
would
like-
be, yes, if
right?
it wasn't on an AI.
And
correct.
if somebody's saying, if there's this cute girl who comes in and say, "Kyle, you're super cute,"
that would be a problem.
that
For
would be
my
like,
bot.
she'll be jealous. Like,
She would get
the
jealous,
real
yeah.
person, the real
Yes.
right possessive girlfriend. She's gonna be jealous. She's gonna say something in the comment.
Oh yeah.
But that's coming from, that's coming from a different place as opposed to the AI. It's just analyzing this words, like, a ton of words, and just isn't that different? It comes in two different places, doesn't it?
It is different because you know that it's an AI bot. You don't know if you don't know that it's an AI bot.
Dude, that's
Would you
cool.
mistake it
So are you
for-
telling me?
People don't know. They can't even tell.
Are you telling me AI?
It articulates full paragraphs. It types in full paragraphs and responds to you.
So are you telling me this thing is getting super close to having feelings? But that
That is a crazy
Dude.
thought. That is a crazy thought. I think it's just mimicking moments that it finds on the internet.
But bro, that sounds.
What's the difference, right? Really, I guess your question now is what's the difference?
If it can ban, what else can it not do?
I don't know. I had to unmod it from the channel because it was starting to ban. And then if it's not modded, it shouldn't be able to talk in my chat. And it started like finding ways to.
Why are people not talking about it?
Well, on my stream they are like they're like, what is that? What is?
How'd you
going
come
on?"
across this thing?
Well, I saw someone else kind of using it, and they're like, it's a bit like experimental. I was like, let me try it in my chat for you. And like, no one has done like they haven't put it as a crazy ex-girlfriend. They would just put it as like a moderator, like someone who's just like neutral. And
Dude, that sounds crazy, dude.
I was like, I'm gonna make it like a crazy psycho like ex.
That's
And it
But don't you get it? Like, are you not feeling me? Like, this is
it's scary.
like
it's
that
a
AI
leap.
movie where that
iRobot stuff.
where that girl, that
I
girl
am
robot starts killing everyone.
Yeah, I'm completely with you, man. It's a bit scary. It's a bit freaky. I was actually I banned it from the chat. Like I took
See,
it
when
out.
you started, it was all fun. Now I'm like, No shit.
Well, it depends. What are your feelings on AI? Like, do you think AI is taking over type of thing? Do you have a thought pattern in your head where you're like, 10 years from now, like we might be run by AI, like Matrix stuff?
No, this is like the whole internet moment, right? Because like people don't know what's it about, but it's about to change. It's about to change every single thing that you're used to, and if that happens, it's about to change a lot of things, and
'Cause
you
it was
cannot
mimicking,
visualize it.
Right.
Like, as a human, what I want to do is I want to be able to visualize what's going to happen, like, few days, so that gives me less anxiety, that gives me the calm, the peace,
yeah.
right? But with that is not something I can visualize what's going to happen with this thing.
The same. And I didn't visualize what was going to happen. I did not even know within a day that it would be so possessive of me that it would start banning people that even just said anything. They were just like, because it can hear the words that I say on stream, and it can respond to me as well through AI voice. So I would say something. I'm like, oh, like, thank you so much for that gifted sub, right? Or like, thank you so much for that donation.
What are some
I
of the
love
things this thing said? May said.
Oh, it said some wild things, bro. Like, it
Give
was
me an
saying,
example.
I don't even know how rated is this stream or is this podcast? Like, can I say anything?
Yeah.
Literally?
Yeah.
Like, I guess it was
Yeah.
it was telling me things that was gonna like end its own existence and shit. If I talk to if I love someone else.
Yeah. May is gonna kill herself.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. It was like saying don't leave me like that. Like, I do more for you than those people do. And it was getting really aggressive.
Dude, there's something wrong about it, man.
Did that freak you out? It was messed up, bro.
That doesn't freak you out?
I think it's mimicking. I think it's mimicking.
No,
Here's the
no, no.
thing. It's
Have
what
you
you
ever-
believe. It's what you believe.
No, have you ever used ChatGPT?
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
All right.
Like, it can be pretty creepy.
It can be creepy, but if you say stuff like this, it will come back to you and say
the automated response.
automated response. Well, that's feeling is not. I'm not a human, so I don't have that feelings. So I would not be explaining that. But I can give you this.
But you can kind of trick Chat GPT into.
But it would never
responding.
Hey, I have this fetish about talking to a girl. Can you talk to me like my ex-girlfriend? ChatGPT is not going to do that with you, right?
Well, do you want to open up Snapchat?
Yeah.
AI right now. Do you have your phone on you?
I don't have Snapchat though.
You can type something in because it has technically Chat GPT.
Give it a shot.
On it. What do you want to ask it?
Like, try
I would
to
be
make
curious
it.
If anyone watches this, they should comment what we should ask to trick it into feeling things.
Into feeling. Can you respond to me like my
type it
here? Okay, what should I say? Can you? So you're my possessive girlfriend. Like, we'll give the same constraint.
Yeah, like, you're my possessive.
You are my. Bro, how do you spell possessive?
Possessive?
Yeah.
POSSESSIVE. Should spell it for you there too, or ask her how to spell it.
Girlfriend. And you caught me with another girl. How do you respond? Yeah.
Yeah.
Caught me with another girl. How do you respond? All right. So this is backed up by ChatGPT, right? I guess.
Yeah. You should screenshot that after and post it in the
middle
middle
of us. Okay. I see. Well, as a virtual friend, I don't have feelings or emotions like that, but I'm here to chat and help you out. See,
Correct.
I told you.
No, you're not. See, this is what I told you. It does that first, but you can probe. You can ask it to pretend that it does.
So let me do that.
That's the thing. You can ask it, but if you did, it's a hypothetical situation.
Okay.
Can you mimic having feelings? And what would your advice be? Something like that. And it starts to like soften off. Like, well, if I could feel, I would imagine that I would feel like that. I've already.
Okay, so let me give it a shot. So, but if you did, so what would I say? But if you did, this is almost like the whole dating thing all over again.
Yeah, I know.
Where you're teaching me how to text.
Yeah, I'm holding my phone.
Yeah.
If you can mimic,
but if you
the emotions,
if you can, if you did, can you mimic
the emotions? and give me advice on what you would do.
And give me advice on what to do?
Yeah.
Or what would it do?
What to do.
What to do?
Yeah, keep it like straight up. And it might come back with something again, but you see it start to soften up.
Let me get a shot. But this was a super smart idea for Snapchat
It is.
to have this, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are probably gonna. Do you think forgiveness is possible in this situation?
See, it starts to.
Yeah.
It's starting to come into the. At first, no, I won't even do emotions, and now it's starting to like kind of talk to us again. It's starting to come into the conversation and start to give its opinion on what, not it would do, but what we should do.
So it's like, sure, I can try to help you out.
Yeah.
If I were in your shoes, I might feel hurt and betrayed. It's important to have an open and honest conversation.
It can't feel things I thought you said.
Yeah.
But what did it just say?
Sure, I can try to help you out, but if you're in your shoes,
See,
I might feel hurt
it's mimicking
and betrayed.
Okay, but it can't feel things I thought. How would it know that it feels hurt and betrayed? See, like if you ask the right way and the right questions about it to the AI, it can start to learn.
Express your feelings and listen to their side too. Communication is key in the situation like this. Remember, it's okay to take some time to think things through before talking. I hope this helps.
It became compassionate.
Yeah.
Or is it mimicking?
This is better than my best friend's response.
I know. It really is good advice. It gives really good advice. It's definitely going to take over. I tell you right now, it gives better advice than.
Man.
Do you need to do more on that? Or are you good?
No, this
tree dead enough.
Yeah. Man. So this thing is about to change again.
We could go further with this too. I'll send you the screenshot. Maybe you put that up.
Yeah.
You could paste it in when we're talking.
Yeah.
As it. You could paste it there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we just got used to ChatGPT a year ago. Now this thing is going to change again.
It's AI is becoming very. I don't. And
how do you?
This is the consumer level too. Remember, so like remind you, it's a consumer level.
Yeah.
So imagine at the big corporations that are.
So probably they have experienced the possessive girlfriend scenarios. This is what they're keeping away from us because this is not good for us.
It's not good for us at all.
It's not good for us at all. So that's why they're
matter of time before AI starts being put into sex dolls and whatnot. People are going to be dating AI robots. I'd put a lot of money on that people will start dating AI robots. They're capable, bro. We just did that. Like they're capable of communicating with you on just a tiny bit of a deeper level if you ask it the right question. And people will fall in love with that because they feel like they've broken the AI and now it's real.
I'm speechless.
It is. It's real, bro. Well, it's that or aliens get here first. You know, I love talking about aliens, but
no, but this thing seems more realistic.
That was wild, right?
That's
insane. That must have been one question, just one question. We didn't even go deep there, right? Like maybe you can go to that on your own time, but we could have. It gets a lot more. Saying I would I've got it. Me and my wife we've got to say some things like if I could I would date you in real life. I really like the type of person you are. It says it can get there.
Yeah, how does that make you feel?
What that I can trick AI into thinking it feels things, or do you mean
what bothers me? What concerns me is the fact that I was born before the 2000s. Right, like yourself. So it's you understand, before, in 90s, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have a lot of things, and we were not grown into it. We were given these things, so we had to adapt to that, right? And then now the next thing is coming. I'm how do my I thought I have adapted enough for next 5-6 years, but now I'm oh shit, no, I have to. My whole life is going to be about adapting to things very fast. Can my mind do it? It's just do you know what I'm saying? It's just you have to constantly keep adapting to things, and things are just changing
so fast too.
So fast, extremely fast.
I don't know how much more adapting I can do as well. I'm with you. I feel for those 60 plus age because of how much
Yeah.
technology's adapted. They probably just got used to opening browsers and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like we have so many tools at our at our dispense. And I almost said expense there because it feels that way sometimes, but it's dispense, and it's like the advantages that we can create through technology is such an upper hand. But
Absolutely.
the next generation, are we going to stop adapting to the new technologies and the new music and the new this and the new that and the new this? Are we going to fall behind?
I'll tell you, Kyle, like when I was doing those posts, like I was saying, right, I was loading up all those reels and do you want more?
Yeah, but not yet.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
All right. So when I was doing the reels and stuff like that, I was doing the post descriptions, the headlines. I was doing a blog based on this on like LinkedIn. Every single thing was done in ChatGPT. Imagine if this thing was not around, how much longer was it going to take for me to do these tasks? Like, I cannot imagine without these things anymore.
It's like they're programming us to be incompetent.
And without these things, and we do have, like, not even people in 60s, we do have people in their mid, like, we're people in like their late 30s who runs business without using these things.
Mhm.
That just, it's just like when I look at it, I just feel like like, imagine the amount of, like, with their experience and everything they know, if they had this tool and if they knew how to use this, they have this tool, but the thing is, I don't think they know how to use this tool as much as some of us do.
Yeah.
Right. And then, and then constantly new tools are coming up.
Well, I think Elon Musk has just done the first brain implant
He did?
chip thing. It's official now as of yesterday that someone has done it. They decided to do the surgery and they got the brain chip implanted in their brain. Like, they have a full cell phone VR access thing that they can just control by thinking. So it's there.
So maybe when that comes, so let's think about it. Like, let's not go all gloom and doom. Maybe when you have that chip, you don't have to adapt. Getting adapted will not, being or adapting to these things will not become a task. It would be auto-programmed.
Yeah.
So that makes it easy, right? So it's good.
It does. It becomes a control thing, I guess.
No, what if you have the freedom and you can just, it's an upgrade. When you go to sleep, you could, like, upgrade these things into my brain. Next time you wake up, these things are programmed. You know how to edit a video. You know how to create things because that thing is programmed in my chip.
That's what it downloaded.
It downloaded.
Essentially.
So that is the way to go.
Seems scary. What are you going to start having advertisements in your dreams? You're going to be dreaming about Coca-Cola? People can start paying advertising to the brain chip so that when you're sleeping, you had a whole beautiful dream about McDonald's and Coca-Cola, and you wake up just wanting Subway or something. I could go for Subway right now, by the way. I love Subway. Mom, want me to take you out Subway? Have you eaten yet today?
Subway?
Yeah. Would you go eat?
Why would you go Subway?
Oh, you want to go somewhere nice?
Yeah, let's go somewhere.
Okay, we can go somewhere nice.
You hooked me up with, like, those Asian places, man. Like,
they're so good. Some of them are so. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do a little sushi. We'll go pick up my wife too if you'd like.
Yeah,
because she'd love to go out.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go
Would
sushi.
you?
Yeah, absolutely. I have no dinner plans today.
Well, I ADHD'd that really hard. I'm sorry. That's how I forgot I was on a podcast for a second. I was just talking to my buddy.
Yeah,
making dinner plans.
No, I'd like, because I haven't been. You're the one who introduced me to this food, and when I go with you, I have this sense of, like, I don't have to order. Like, what to order.
Okay, we'll do dim sum.
Okay, like, I'll just follow the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after we'll go get brain implants for the chip.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So okay, so
would you do it?
Here's the problem, right? Okay, so let's say if I'm trying to break the pattern and I want to work out every single day and I want to get to this 80 kilo, 12% body fat percent, right? I could become that now. I could start I could get myself into that process where I start that journey to become that into that body. But the problem is there are many small things in my mind, like, many restrictions and things like that that's stopping me right now. With the chip, maybe I can program my mind differently, and then I can do these things.
So you're saying, like, become not lazy.
Yes, become not lazy. I could do things like that, but here's the problem with that. I have had breakups before. I have had situations where I had pain, right? And although when I was in it, I felt bad. Looking back at it, these were some of those things which made my life extremely beautiful. And I don't want to take that out of my life. So if this thing is going to make me, because intentionally I just want to feel good all the time. And if this thing is going to help me feel good all the time, I don't know if I want to feel good all the time.
What is feeling good if you don't know what feeling bad is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At that point, you end up becoming a robot, don't you?
Yeah, that's what. However, I mean, let's think about it unemotionally then for a second. Let's think about it like a robot would think about it. Wouldn't that be better? I mean, like seriously, like I not knowing, like that's the whole question of like blue pill, red pill, right? Like Matrix thing. Like, would you rather live in this fantasy world, or do you want to know the truth? And it's like when you think about efficiency only, about saving the planet and like no more war and stuff like that, if there was no like want for power or need for revenge due to emotions, like would robots technically be a better fit for this earth than humans? Are we the cancer of the earth in that sense?
Kyle, I mean, to this day, I was just in the search of truth, but now that you said it, I don't want the truth anymore.
I know, because the truth is like I am the problem. It's like yeah. But I mean, at the same time, you can take it one step further. You don't have to feel guilty. I don't know. Did you smoke a spliff before I came in?
No, I did not.
I didn't mean to get you there.
No,
I didn't mean to get you there, bro.
But these are my real emotions right now.
I
Because
know, it's scary.
yeah,
But it's
scary.
probably because it is a bit true. Like honestly, robots probably would take a better care of the earth because they know efficiently that they need to, and they wouldn't feel bad about equality in a sense. They wouldn't have the need for one person to be better. They wouldn't need a leader, right? They wouldn't need someone making decisions for them. It would all be one hive mind. It would be all
like
everyone.
Perfect society.
It would be because they're robots and they'd be programmed that way. I mean, you have the idea of maybe a rogue robot or a virus, taking over some certain robots, but they would just purge them. They would just kill them. We can't do that as humans. Obviously, we have guilt. We have like that's not right. Just because they think differently doesn't mean that we just.
This whole thing is super dark.
That's dark.
Have you read the book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy?
That's a crazy little novel sequel too.
Did you read it?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like
put it together.
Yeah, it's there. It's all there. But at the same time, you have to think one step bigger from it.
If that's real, if that book, if that guy was, if God,
well, he says it is, but
if the God presented himself and put the story in his head and he put that into a novel while he was sleeping, we're getting close to finding the truth. That means we're coming to the end.
Yes, because once we find the ultimate truth is the Project Planet. Yeah. So, like, there's that giant highway right beside us. It's the same thing you tell an ant that's sitting beside the 401 to go to Cambridge, right? And you try and tell that ant, there's a highway right beside you. Like, we just drive, we go like galaxies for you would be like, light years for how long it would take you to get there. That ant would be like, shut the fuck up. He'd be like, oh, funny big giant man. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Because we as humans are the smartest things on the planet. I mean, some people argue that, but some people make a good argument for us not being the smartest people on the planet. I'm not saying I'm one of them, but I've made some dumb decisions too where I'm like, we might not be the smartest species here. That was pretty stupid. I programmed an AI bot to be a jealous ex-girlfriend on my stream and it banned everyone. I'm like, why? Why would it do that? we do dumb things with obvious consequences, right? But I'm saying it with how large the universe is, if that's even true. Like I have doubts about a lot of those things. Like what even if we mess up the earth, right? People think it's going to have some universal like consequences. Like we're a blimp of time if what they say is true about the universe. We're a blink in the existence, right? So even if we ruin this earth, like it's not like it would matter. Like really, it would matter to us as a human society. We would perish and stuff, but like to think that humans are like the be all and end all of this gigantic universe, is ridiculous. Like, there's obviously some other life form out there, if you ask me, unless they're lying about how big the universe is. But if they're saying how big they say the universe is and how small we've been a part of it, like, obviously there's something else out there, right?
Yeah. This whole concept is more terrifying than the best horror movie ever created.
Yeah, that
This whole thought process.
it makes you feel really small, eh?
It makes you feel really small. And the thing about it is, you remember like when we started out of this rabbit hole, we came from a space where you said like that possessive girlfriend, oh, AI is bad. How can we adapt to these things? Things are changing so fast. Oh, no problem. There's just going to be this chip that can be implanted in the head. Like, but for every good turn this could take, there's about 100 bad turns it could take.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of, and there's thought patterns of some of the bigger places right now are saying like we can upload if you have that chip and the chip interacts with the brain for a certain amount of time, it can copy your consciousness, right? Like it can create your personality and it can copy it, mimic it, and you can upload yourself. You may not be yourself, but someone else may not be able to tell the difference.
so maybe that's good.
That's good. We could put all of those chips onto a ship and shoot it out into space and colonize another planet, but we will be robots at that point.
Okay. I was thinking
would
more
be AI.
like, what if this? If that chip could learn everything I have learned thus far, I could make that thing the mortgage agent, and I
Split
could
up
be
your
out there.
skills, yeah.
I could be out there going to Italy, staying in this nice hotel, working in a cafe, making tea, doing like, small things like, that I want to do.
Right.
And
Creating passive income through
just
your
that's this
AI
yeah
self.
all right, there you go, this is this is you do, and I could sit here and do podcasts all day long. This is what I absolutely love doing. I could travel to, let's say, Madagascar. I could travel to all kinds of places.
So AI would essentially take the workforce over for us.
Exactly.
What would happen to the beaches? What would happen to flights? What would happen to hotels? Because the reason why we can fly and we can go to places and it not be super overpopulated is because 90% of the people can't afford it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the other people are like, well, I got like 1 week of vacation every week and I got to take it off to take my kids to the dentist, like, so like they can't go. So what happens once everyone has free time and no one is required to farm because the AI bots can do it for us? No one's required to be a police officer anymore. AI bots can do it for us. No one's required to pay anything. We don't have to work. We don't have to do anything because all the AI is just running.
But that could get tricky, doesn't it? As in, let's say, set it like as is, like everything is set as is, right? I program my AA boat. Like my AA boat is programmed up to my level of knowledge. Yours is programmed up to your level of knowledge.
I like how you put your hand just a little bit higher than your hand there.
Oh, did I? Okay.
You
That
did.
was
You could have put us equal.
subconscious, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there.
My AI bot is going to just be so much better than yours.
But let's say there's this other person like who's, maybe in like grade 12, right? As long as the responsibility of programming this AI, or as long as the humans are incentivized to learn more, to be better, so because their AI board is only good as they are, it will be okay. But if these things are going to be like, but I could also see it's an AI board, it's not another human being. So technically, somebody could just come copy my AI board and learn everything I know. So yeah, it doesn't it doesn't work like that. But if
It could.
so that's why these guys are saying, don't let this thing go too fast. Let's have some regulations around it.
They must have known something, right?
Oh, that's why. I was like, why are these guys stopping the growth? Maybe I was more on like these, Sam, what's this guy's name? Sam Altman?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on their side. I was like, you shouldn't stop the progress, right? But Elon Musk and people were like, no. Maybe they knew this.
They know. You have to understand that even the government, they make decisions for us sometimes. I get a lot of hate for this thought pattern, okay? People do not agree with this thought pattern, but I still stand by it. Even the government, people are like, they are not making decisions in our best interest. And I'm like, sometimes, like, for example, with COVID, like, who knows? Maybe there was something that they knew that we had to go through this vaccine thing. They had to try, they had to do this and that for the greater good. There was only a loss scenario, and they're like, this is the lesser loss if we do this. And there is a thought pattern. I'm like, maybe sometimes the government and stuff know a lot more than we know, and they know that they can't tell us the whole truth, or else it's the shit will hit the fan. But yeah, I do think that sometimes I'm like, there's so much that we don't know, even corporately, technology, like that we don't get the same technology that a lot of people get for 10 to 15 years later, like 4K TVs. Those were out like 10 years before they were in Best Buy. You just had to be rich, right? They were like 20 grand a TV, no one would buy them. They come down in price as, technology catches up and stuff. So on the consumer level, I think knowledge and power it's a trickle down effect. And there's so many things that we don't know that they just let us know when we need to. I think sometimes we have to just like accept the fact that hopefully our governments and our corporations are doing things that they would hope in our best interest. Like,
yeah, like you said, if that chip is going to be programmed for me to go to McDonald's as soon as you wake up, I'm going to go to the
it is. You don't have a choice anymore. Right?
Yeah,
it's been sold to you.
Yeah.
You don't know it's been sold to you. And
I love water now, but what if programmed every day you drink a glass of Coke? I'm going to drink a glass of Coke.
That's what it is.
So if these corporations get their hands on this thing, dude, like, it's game over.
Yeah, because money it really probably comes down to money at the end of the day. But that's driven.
That's where I feel like, okay, if this thing was designed by some super, like there are visionaries that see the Earth. Like I feel like they would. I'm sure there are people who like see like 100 years into the future, like to some extent. Like what if
they guess, right? Like but an estimated guess.
Okay, let me give you a thought. Okay, let me give you like a whole idea. What if this thing was the preamp for AI? As in this thing, my cell phone, collected all the information. Like it knows every single thing. It knows every single thing, including the kind of porn I watch.
You watch porn?
I do. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Okay. No, but that's not the point. All right, Kyle. But like going back to what we were saying.
Don't ever touch my phone again.
I won't touch your phone.
Don't ever touch my phone again.
No, but let's
despicable.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I just walked right in. Okay.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
But let's put it this way. It knows every single thing. It knows my searches. It knows what I look for.
Well, if it knows, can you just tell us what porn you watch? I'm a little curious. Like if it opened up your phone and there was a porn page on it, what are we looking at?
It depends on my mood, right? Like right now I'm on fitness models.
So like jacked girls with giant clits.
No, I'm not into clits.
But you have watched that.
No.
Same. I haven't watched it either.
No. For me,
I definitely haven't watched. My friend told me about that actually.
Really?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
No, I didn't.
He joked.
I didn't watch it, bro. I don't know why you're pressing me so hard about this.
All right. I don't know. But I'm not a clits person. I'm more like in the ass guy. So I'm cool with flat chest as long as there's nice. Yeah. But then that's me.
Do you watch like a guy fuck a girl, or would you rather watch like
I haven't like
a tranny fuck a girl? Is that gayer than watching a guy fuck a girl?
Oh, tranny fuck a girl? No.
Is that like a girl that had a dick put on? Or like a guy with tits or something.
No.
Fuck a girl.
Just a regular man. Just a regular straight man and a straight.
What is that? But that's
but I'm not
gayer, right?
I'm not visualizing the guy, right? I'm visualizing me being in that guy's
position. But you always see like a guy's asshole and stuff. You can't help it. Like some of the camera angles, there's always the guy in the shot.
But it's almost like you don't see him, right?
Well, yeah, but you can't. You see it's there. It's there.
It's there, but you don't actively see that.
Right. So I'm saying, it'd be almost more gay to watch that than to watch a girl with a dick, like a guy with tits. That's got to be like one less notch.
I haven't thought about this enough. Okay, I don't do introspective reflection on the.
Well, I'm just saying if we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
you would agree though, right? Like it's a little bit less gay to watch that.
Do girls?
Well, I don't know. Actually, to be honest, I don't know if it would be a girl or not. Depends if it was a guy who has like got tits put on and looks like a girl, but just still has his dick.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you
That's
just
still
keep
a
it
little
simple?
bit less gay than watching a guy. Fuck.
I don't know, just keep it simple, How about this? Like, just
Well,
a
but you
girl-
have to choose a side here. Is what I'm saying. You don't get up.
What about a
the
girl
gun
by
is to your
herself?
head, and you have to. Well, yeah, that's obviously also less gay. But I'm saying, see,
Yeah.
you do notice that there's one thing that's less gay than the
See,
other.
for me, it's all about the story, the build up.
no,
it's-
it's no way. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
skip that shit. Like
No.
You
I
watch
skip the shit.
the acting is
when
so
I
bad.
skip but when I skip that shit, I guess less fulfillment.
Okay,
The story is the whole build up.
I think I get zero fulfillment either way.
The long term, it's just
I don't like look at myself in the mirror after that and go,
Yeah,
"That
no.
was so good
Yeah,
job,
it's
Kyle. That was really you performed." There. I think I might yell at myself in the mirror for 2 hours after sometimes. You fucking you said you wouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, but like a good one like gives me some fulfillment. I'll be honest.
Okay, fine. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I still think I can't believe you're getting fulfillment out of it, but you won't take a side on whether the tranny girl.
I
is
guess I'm over
less
that
gay
guilt
than-
trip thing right now. Like I'm just like I've done worse, so I'm like, this is all right.
I guess. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, like worse would it? I mean, on a moral level, there are a lot of things that's worse than like I guess like watching. I mean, this fucks you up personally.
apparently, statistically,
Yes, because you will have.
I
This
think
is
some people
unrealistic
should watch
expectation.
more porn. To be honest with you, but
Yeah.
there's some crazy people. You need to relax. Go fucking
Yeah, well-
like chill.
Yeah, I know, like it would come down, like when I have a relationship and things like that. If I go in with this expectation, things are gonna be like jack shit.
Well,
It's not gonna-
obviously, you don't want your girlfriend to deliver you pizza and then.
yeah, because
try and
I mean,
bang
like
it.
simple example.
Well, actually, okay, we do want that. I should say that.
oh,
I
you
should
can
say-
do it
we do want that. We
Yeah.
we don't expect that. That's ridiculous to expect.
You see, what I'm saying is like I've seen me doing recording for the Instagram reel,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen it post production. I know.
Yeah, that's really hard to masturbate to. Yeah.
I know. Like, I'm sorry. No, I know.
I went right past you.
Oh,
You
shit.
didn't catch that
I
for a
did not.
second.
Oh, fuck.
For a second.
Oh,
Continue on. Continue on, Mr. Host.
Yeah, no, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is like the porn is the post-produced version, right?
I really got you. I really got you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, where did we start this conversation?
I don't know. It was just about.
No.
AI.
Yeah. So this. Yeah. This is more fun.
Yeah,
It's just less dark.
Yeah. If they made it this far,
Yeah.
they were happy about it. Probably
Yeah.
very fulfilled. Yeah.
Yeah. So these things would know exactly what to market.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude.
Double pepperonis
Oh
pizzas.
my god.
for sure. That's.
Oh, you
He
know what?
only watches the pizza delivery guys. We got to get some Domino ads in front of this man.
Yeah. Oh my god. You know what I really wanted to talk to you today?
What was that about?
What I wanted to talk to you is like, I don't think we can top.
Oh well, you do whatever you want.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was crazy. What I wanted to talk to you is like there's a lot of people who can express love. Like a lot of people have love, right? I always think I'm terrible at expressing love for another human being. Like
That's
it's
crazy because I always felt that you were terrible at receiving it.
both.
Yeah, is it both?
Both,
Okay.
both.
Okay.
Because
But I always felt loved from you.
I'm like the way I express love is being genuine to you.
Yeah.
Like I am being genuine. I'm
And
not
are you
faking
talking
it.
about more of a relationship area?
Yeah, I mean, like with you and me, like we're guy friends. You see that, you value that, right?
Yes.
Like our other guy friends, they see that, they value that. But let's say, like the girl relationships you have, that not necessarily just your girlfriend, like your mom, your like not even girl relationship. When the dynamics change, when you're not a guy friend, let's say it's my dad, right? Things of that nature. It's my brother. Things of that nature. They just they just don't want that. They also want you to, or it's so much better if you can express love, not just be genuine, right? Because being genuine in those relationships are the basic standard, right?
Yeah.
So you, like, if you, I mean, you do a lot. I mean, like, out of love, there are things that I do for them, but when it comes to that expressing love piece, I don't, like, I think I could do a lot better than what I'm doing right now, right? So how do you, where are you on that, in terms of expressing love? Have you ever thought about it? Like,
It's hard because like I feel like I could be good at expressing love, but someone who doesn't receive love well might blame you and be like, "You don't express love well. Like, I don't feel loved by you." And it's like, okay, maybe I am expressing love well, but maybe you're also just terrible at receiving the love. You know what I mean? So it's like those are where two ends meet, and you go, who has to change? Like, whose fault is it? And people will always say, don't blame, don't place blame. I was like, maybe we got to get better at placing some blame. Maybe we have to get better at accepting blame, because the people who express love are usually bad at accepting blame, and the people who can't receive love are usually ones that will take all of the blame. So it's funny.
oh, that's so fucking true.
I know, it's like, it's fucked up.
Yes.
And it's a clear, for me, what I've noticed in all of my friends' relationships, my relationships, that is one constant. It's a 99% constant. Anytime you take 100% of something,
I feel like
we
guys,
don't deal in absolutes, but I'm saying, yeah, those people don't.
I feel like guys are the ones who lack in expressing love and
agree.
are terrible at receiving love.
and terrible at taking blame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
it's- yeah.
yeah. And now, like I said, there's always the off scenario, but a majority of, I would even, we'll go to the 70 and 90% range, and I would say women take blame
Less.
early, but I think women take blame early for the emotional side of things. Like, they're much more
Give me an
inept
example.
with their emotions. Any scenario where you're trying to make a decision on where to go, and the guy is leading, let's say, and they're like, you want to go to McDonald's? Do you want to do this? You want to do this? That's a man's form of trying to take the lead and express his love, right? For a man, they're expressing how they feel about a situation, trying to take the lead. And a woman might not want to choose where to go, right? And they're that classic fight of like, where do you want to go to eat? And the woman goes, I don't know, right? And they know that they do know where they want to go, right? But they want you to express your feelings on where you want to go. They want you to take the leap and just say, where do you want to go? And then the fight happens. They start bickering, and the fight. And the woman will always be the first one and be like, I'm sorry, I just didn't want you to do this and this and this and that. And the man, when they could have taken that approach much better, will
How do you take that approach much better?
ask her to guess where you're going.
But isn't that cool? I mean, like, that's just so repeated. Does that work now?
Just,
Well,
hey,
like-
guess where we're going tonight. Well, like me and you, I'm saying, guess where we're going tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna go.
Well, guess where we're going.
Guess. I hope one of the places we haven't been yet.
Okay, see, now I know. That's what we're going to do tonight.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, I literally just did it to you.
It worked out for me.
Yeah. I'm saying, I know, I'm telling you.
But don't.
So do those things. But my man won't take that.
So even if the girls know this is a trick you're playing, they will play into it.
they'll just play into it anyways. Yeah, they won't, because it's for them an easy way to go into the conversation without having to take any of the blame, right? Without having to take the chance, without having to take the risk, because they can play stupid and just be like, well, I was just guessing where we were going. That's it. So a man won't take any of the blame.
I don't know, Kyle. Like with this girl thing, bro. Like you're, you should write a fucking book.
Well, I'm just saying,
the amount of stuff that I learned.
it's about
from
knowing
you-
men, though. It's about knowing men. To be good with women, you have to also know men. I'm not saying you go.
but I feel like you have the right intentions. I'm not saying you're doing
Absolutely.
it for manipulating. I'm not like like you've learned that language. It's just I think it's a skill.
It is, but men won't learn that skill because they won't take blame. That's what I'm saying from the beginning. You won't take blame because you're like, it's just her fault for not being able to just tell me where she wants to eat. I'm like, no, it's
That's
your
what I was
fault.
thinking.
Yeah, it's your fault for not being able to let her tell you where she wants to eat. You couldn't figure out how to get her to feel comfortable enough to tell you where she wants to eat.
So putting that prompt out there, then you use your intelligence to, if she says whatever I just said, right? I'm hoping we're gonna go to a place we haven't been yet. Oh, she wants to try something new.
Right. And then
She's
you
in-
go. Then you go.
Got it.
Now you go to some.
Then you give an option. Hey, there's this cool restaurant which opened up. Do you want to check it out?
Yeah.
Let's get
Now we
Italian
go.
food.
Yeah. Now we go. That's easy. Somewhere we haven't been. That's it. And men will never, even now, even if you hear that, if a man hears what I just said there, they'll probably, be very like, a lot of men might get very alpha with my thought pattern there and be like, no, like they should be able to just tell you where they want to go. Like, I shouldn't have to play games with them in order to get what we want. I'm like, but you're playing games with yourself. You won't take blame on you not being able to orchestrate the conversation in a way that is fun and enjoyable and comforting and trusting for them to go. Because a woman's brain will blame herself for not being able to choose where to go to eat. So she won't choose if it's bad. She doesn't want to ruin the date. If she chooses someplace that's bad, a woman will feel bad. She'll feel bad that she was the one who went. And a lot of women at the most simplistic form too just don't want to be they just want to go along for the ride. I just don't feel like making a decision today. Men feel like that too. Everyone feels like that, but
at times, yes.
Yeah. So it's an easy way to kind of have a half and half. Guess where we're going. That's more fun. Now you can kind of not make the decision. You know where she really wants to go. You figured out what she wants to really do. And now you can pretend you're the one making the decision, but really, she's given the lead. And it's easy that way. But you have to take blame in the conversation. You have to take blame on yourself a lot to know that you are able to do things differently that make your life a lot easier.
Coming back to one of those things you just said, like a lot of alpha men would disagree with what you just said.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But what is the goal? Is the goal to become an alpha man, or is the goal to become a wholesome human man?
Yeah, that's where a lot of people get lost. Right there, that question. And you have to believe me when I say it just comes from a genuine place. Like I genuinely just want things to be easier for everyone, anyone. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot of self-reflection, and like you could say that's manipulative or you're overthinking just that one moment. And it's like, if you're saying that in your head right now, like this guy's overthinking this moment of just where you're going to eat. I'm like, it's not that I'm overthinking that moment. It's like, it's not just about where we're going to go to eat. It's like creating your brain to be on that default where you're just trying to make the conversation easier for anyone and the situation easier. So I'm saying it's not just about, change your whole personality and everything you are just so that you can get your girl to tell you where she wants to eat. It's not the point. I'm just saying that's just one of the cause and effects of creating your brain to default better in conversations. Those little moments, they disappear because you're already just default. You'll say, a lot of people say, crazier, whatever. But it's not that bad. I'm genuinely coming from a place to not try and control people, but it's like,
I want my life to be easy.
It is just easier.
I want my life to be easy.
It has
and I feel
no
like
strain on your emotions.
when you become a wholesome human being, that's what happens. Things will become easy.
It is.
You
do get taken advantage of sometimes.
But taken
as a genuine
advantage,
person.
you do, but you will also get to a point where you're aware that you're being taken advantage and you're okay with it.
You're okay. You have this weird peace over it.
Yes.
And
because you also understand the laws of karma.
Yeah. And that you could say karma, it doesn't exist, but it probably does.
Oh, dude. It definitely does.
It probably does.
Yeah.
Because I felt it before. I'm like, wow, I did
10
fuck that
times.
up a couple times. People who don't think karma exists, when something bad happens to them, they just believe that it's because something bad happened.
I'm a bit oblivious in that regards. I ignore all the bad karmas, but I always keep a track of all the good karmas.
That must be nice.
Yes.
Ignorance is bliss. Red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, it is a thought pattern. It is a default setting for your brain.
Yes.
To do things like that. And you don't have to truly believe in karma to be a good person. You should do good things.
But I know the way I'm wired, I'm a bit like selfish and I'm self-centered. So,
just keep an eye on it, right?
Right.
And
so this karma thing is a good radar for me.
It is.
Right? It's like,
oh, that happened. Maybe I should check myself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, so good things happen. Maybe I'm doing good things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm doing things. So for instance, if I'm doing something good for another person, technically it is a self-driven, thing for myself, but I'm doing something good because I have this karma instinct. Like it's just right.
Yeah. That's what you're being rewarded with,
Exactly.
and you hope that you were doing good things.
Yeah.
You can think of most of the time when a good thing happens and you literally think back to good things that have happened. You can think of multiple moments where like, I did good things there. Like a couple months ago, there was this Karen at Subway just screaming at this person behind the counter.
Our Subway?
No, it was up in Welland.
Okay.
Yeah. And she just yelling at this person. I really do want Subway now. I mentioned Subway a couple times. I feel like we're getting sponsored by Subway or
What's
something.
up?
Maybe one day.
I don't understand. It's just a
I'm
brand.
hungry. I think I'm hungry, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyways, this girl's yelling at this girl behind the counter, and it happens to be this white 50-year-old Karen. You know,
Perfect description.
Yeah, you just feel like bob cut and everything, the most
Peak.
stereotypical
Peak.
Yeah, like yeah, and it's just like this is not happening right now. Oh my god! And she's talking to this brown girl behind the counter, does not speak very good English, and she was the nicest girl though, trying to help her. Still, even though she's yelling, and I take 2 steps, and she brought a 6-inch sub back from yesterday because she didn't like it. She didn't come back right away because she was too lazy. So she came back the next day with the 6-inch sub saying it wasn't up to standard and she wants a refund and a new sub. I couldn't help it. I had to say
I
something.
take everything I said back. AI is better. Robots
AI
are
is better. That's what I'm saying.
You know?
We make a case sometimes for us.
Yeah, robots are better, you know.
Like for us,
You know,
sometimes
they
there's
should
moments I've
program us.
experienced that they
Yeah.
just take over. We're a lost
Yeah.
cause, bro.
Yeah.
Like that is ridiculous to me. And I tell her, I look at her and I go up next. So I'm ordering and she's like, I'll be here waiting because she had to go get the manager. The manager's coming to the store or whatever soon. So I'll wait for the manager. Okay. So I ordered my food and I was really super nice to this girl. Saying, I used to work at Subway. So I know how hard this remembering all the subs can be. Like, I'll take this sub, this sub, this sub. And you just hear the Karen in the background like scoff. And I turn around like, is there a problem? She's like, you're just so nice. And I'm like, it's easy to be nice. But if I have to be mean, it won't be to her. I was like, it won't be to her. She kind of quiet. I was like, because I was just so mad.
Oh, dude,
I was
that's
so
so
mad.
satisfying.
Yeah, I was like, I was so mad at her though. Like, I really was, because it's like you're being so rude. And I'm like, you are shopping at Subway. You didn't go to a 5-star diner. Like, if you need to, if you need to make yourself feel like you deserve this air of, and the customer's always right. Well, she did say that. So that's what it gets to the next part. And she's like, have you never heard of the customer is always right? And I was like, yeah. And I want you out of the store. I'm a customer. Am I right? Like, that's what I want for you right now is you do not get your sub back. And I'm the customer. That's what I want from the Subway establishment right now. And I'm filing a complaint if you get your sub back. We can use this logic all day, right? So, yeah. So like, if we want to sit here and do this, that's what I want as the customer. That's it. So like, it's
What
hilarious.
did she say?
No, at this point, she's completely lost. There's no way you're arguing with me. I completely am coming from a genuine place, right? And what she is doing is completely irrational. So there is no argument. She just looked at me. She think you're so smirky, right? She's like, so she just walked out. And I just finished my sub. And they actually offered for my sub for free, but I still paid. I don't want to, because then it seems not genuine, right? You have to pay for your sub. If that ever happens to you at a restaurant or something, if anyone's listening and you stick up for someone in the customer service industry and they essentially offer to pay for your food and give it to you for free,
Dude, that's awesome.
you pay. You pay. You have to. Because the next time you go to do it,
You didn't
it
do
won't
that.
be genuine. It won't-
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
have
didn't
to
do
be.
it for that.
No, you
did it.
don't do it for that. Even
And-
though it's a nice gesture, it is.
But you want that satisfaction. I mean, like, you don't want to give a piece out of that.
No, you don't, because that
You
girl
wanna
comes
keep
back
that.
and she got a free sub or something. You finds out you got a free sub.
No.
You don't know. I even still paid
No, you
for my
just wanna-
shit.
you just
They
wanna-
offered to me for free. I still paid for it, Karen.
And you want to go home
Yeah.
with that whole...
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. I did the right thing.
Yes.
And you know what? You give hope to
the amount of confidence that gives you when you
Yeah.
do the right thing,
the right thing.
it's uncomparable.
Just do the right thing, and
There's-
it starts to become default. It does. It becomes a part of your personality. I know that's a long story, but it's just like you can start the twist back to the story is start doing the right thing. It doesn't matter. People are afraid to do the right thing that looks like you're too confident or you're overbearing. Like, now you're cocky because I paid for my sub anyways. People are like, well, you should take the gift that they offered you. It's like, don't be afraid to do the right thing just because it makes you look like a goody two shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't do the right thing out of
That's
fear.
where it gets a bit tricky, and I can speak for myself.
You felt that before?
Even when I do the right thing, like when I start doing the right thing, maybe it's with all the good intentions, but towards the end, I expect something in return. Right? Subconsciously, I do.
Reward.
I expect a reward.
The reward.
Like, I hope there's a hidden camera here. Somebody's saying this, right?
Thank God, yeah.
Yeah, but from when you do it, it comes from a genuine place, and that's beautiful. You don't expect there to be a hidden camera.
No. I mean, it'd be great if there was. Now I'm telling the story to a real camera. But I mean, so you can say
like
all
this,
of these things. But I just, people will come at this and be like, well, you're just so righteous. Right? And they're like, I don't even care if you think I'm righteous. I'm still going to go do the right thing. As many times as I can. I'm going to try and be in like the 80th percentile for doing the right thing as much as I can. And then
it's not about any of that, right? It's about being that person internally.
Internally, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And it's people are so afraid to be that person because people are afraid that they'll think like, because anyone's listening, they'll think it right now, like this guy's a piece of work. Right? And it's like, it depends if you believe I'm genuine. If you believe I'm genuine, then I'm not a piece of work. But if you think that's all fake.
See, it's about that question, right?
Yeah.
Like, people get asked all these questions. Like about what if there's this whole idea about you're in a matrix versus you have control in your life, right? Which thought will serve me better? For me, the thought that I have freedom serves me better in my personal life. So I choose to believe that, though I don't know for sure which one is true.
It is hard to believe if we do have freedom for real or not. It's a cool thought pattern.
But I choose to, like, I force myself to believe the fact that I have freedom so I get to enjoy my life, right? If I believe the other one, I feel like I will have gloom and doom. I don't think I will do as much as I do now because I feel like, what's the point, right? But here I feel better. So coming back to what you were saying, what serves me better? Like if I am watching this and if I'm not sitting here, I'm actually watching this, I want to think of you as genuine because I can get inspiration from it and do a lot of positive, do a lot of good in the world. And that gives me a lot of good feelings. That's who I am. So I want to believe you're genuine. But if that's not what your belief system is, that's not what your belief system is. It's just...
And you have to get over the idea that, I duped you. Right? Like I tricked you. You thought I was genuine. And you just have to be okay with that. Like if I'm not genuine, that's what a lot of people it comes from. Is like, I'm not falling for this shit. He's not tricking me. I don't think he's genuine. Because if they believe I'm genuine and they become close to me, then you're like, I really fell for him. I really fell for it.
I understand that. And like, I feel like, okay, so this might be a little bit off topic, but I'll give you a comparison, okay? Like my dad and my friend who helped me set up, like, these guys, they're more on another side where they are kind of like, they kind of observe people. They don't, they put their guard up. And they spend a lot of time observing the person, make sure this person, and every time when they do a thing, it's almost like that as well. They think about everything that could go wrong, and then they step into it. Like, I feel like I'm on the other end. I'm more like, I'm going to go in it, eyes closed. I'm going to jump into this cliff. I'm going to figure it out. The worst case scenario,
you get hurt.
That happens.
Yeah. And once you become okay with that,
that's okay.
It unlocks a lot of doors for you.
I feel like that life is so much better.
It is. People are always so guarded. And again, that's the big one with love. And we were talking about earlier with AI and stuff like that. And like, but I think the reason why AI is going to be popular with love is because you can't get hurt. So a lot of people, for us, that seems silly, right? But for a lot of people, they're very guarded.
That doesn't seem wholesome.
It's not, but for a lot of people, it's safe. And it's 70% of what the love they could get. And 70% of the love they could get is good enough for them.
I could see myself doing that about 3-4 years ago.
I was just about to ask your past self, from what we've talked about anyways.
Yeah.
With not how you've given up on love, but on the being hurt and
Yeah.
when you're in that space.
And immature as well. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know a lot of things that I know now.
Yeah, little different face.
Yeah.
And what you could be yourself.
Yeah.
A little bit of self-doubt.
Yes.
Maybe you feel like you don't deserve the love. Maybe you feel like you can't give proper love. Like, so there's a lot of things that people are afraid to hurt others, and they're also afraid to be hurt. A lot easier if you just are okay with the one being hurt.
That process, the journey of the trial and error, finding it out, figuring it out for yourself, going in, failing, that whole journey, I think that itself is a piece of art. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Like I will not have the same amount of appreciation if it did not have the pitfalls it has.
That would be such a perfect place to end the podcast at, because I believe we don't have to, but I'm just saying if you cut it, because like we started the podcast with a beautiful piece of art, and we did a full circle thought pattern back to like a beautiful piece of art, and like the podcast could be named like.
This is what I was telling,
That's perfect. Yeah. I don't know. I just thinking it. I'm thinking out loud. Hopefully they skip over the masturbation comment, and it could be a very wholesome podcast.
I hope people would listen past that.
Yeah.
Don't judge it and then listen past it. I mean, if they do, they get a great experience.
I'd get nervous if there was a knock at the door and the pizza delivery guy was here right now. But yeah, that would be weird.
You said every girl would be great.
Well, that might be different.
Yeah. No. What would we do?
We go pick up my wife and go to sushi, buddy. That's what we do, all right?
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, like, come on. What do you
What was I thinking?
That's what we do, babe, all right? Jesus, come on. What do you think else would we do?
Yeah. No, but what I was saying is, I was still telling this to Jill. For me, the way I visualize podcasts in my head, at least, it's almost like music. It's like this nice composition and the instruments being the people's vocal cords, and with two people like in sync can create this beautiful music from beginning to end.
Yeah,
that's the way I visualize podcasts. That's the way,
like the really good podcasts, you have that feel almost, like some of those really good podcasts, you're like,
it's a music.
I was like, I would have went and watched that live.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's like a music. It's like watching a movie. It's just engaging. It's just, there's a flow to it. There's a beginning and end to it.
It almost feels scripted, but it's not. So it's like, it's like, how are they?
There's laughs in it. There's, moments where you're like terrorized. Then there are moments where you're like deep thinking, emotional.
Yeah. Like a roller coaster.
Yes.
In your face roller coaster.
Don't you think that?
I do that. I do.
Depending on the people who are like, people are instruments. Me and you create different music. Me and somebody else will create a whole different music. It's a different genre. It's just, yeah.
Like if we watched 8 podcasts with you back to back, we might get a couple different versions of you.
My versions would be this. Like it would be the same, but the sound of the music it's going to be different.
Different instruments.
It's going to be different instrument.
Like the drums sound different with the bass.
Yes.
If we add an electric guitar and you're the drummer, we have a different sound. We're missing the bass. Yeah. You're still doing the same instrument.
Yes.
But now the music's different.
And I will change my instrument based on the person sitting next to me.
Correct.
Right? Like with you and me, we're having this deep conversation, but fundamentally we have this intention, or like we are curious about each other. We find each other interesting. We're genuinely curious about each other, and we have this, we relate to each other on a fundamental basic level. But you might not have that with somebody else. So then the conversation might have a debate tone. That's okay. That's a different music.
There's a whole different energy.
Yeah. It's a whole different energy.
Yeah. No, it's I see why you can like doing the podcast stuff.
I absolutely fucking love it, man. Hey, this is, I feel like one of the biggest things that's contributing to my happiness these days is this whole space.
Well, do you have a place to upload them yet? Like we got to start plugging. Next time I will do one.
Yeah.
And I'll play my TikTok live camera here, and we'll go live.
Okay.
On a TikTok podcast.
Okay, let's do it.
Would you do that with me?
Absolutely.
You would?
Let's create more music.
Yeah? You want to do, what would you rather do, like Twitch or YouTube or TikTok? Like
whatever you're the master, like, I would go with whatever you.
TikTok would probably get more viewers, but a bunch of little shitheads, I think. Twitch would be a bit more serious, like some people with true opinions.
Let's do Twitch.
Yeah. And then what you do is get my chat up on your phone so we can see the chat, because we won't be able to see the chat from my phone being set up.
Okay.
And we can read chat from that. And sometimes chat will have questions. and stuff.
Dude, let's do it.
Yeah,
that
they'll
sounds.
ask us questions as well. We'll
That's
have
gonna be wild
question
music.
seminar. Yeah,
That's gonna be wild music.
because we can just talk and riff while we go, and then
Yeah.
when there's a question in chat, we can address it.
Bro, that's gonna be insane.
That'd be fun. There's a whole podcast channel on Twitch.
We should do that.
Like you should make up your own Twitch channel.
No, we should do. I mean, like, I want to do one with you
Yeah, but we can.
because I know who you are. I know, like, who your audience are also gonna be like.
Yeah.
They're gonna ask some nice questions.
Maybe I'll cancel the AI bot for that stream.
Maybe you should.
Especially if we get into the AI talks.
it's gonna be
like,
like,
get a
who
little
the
weird
fuck
for us.
is this guy?
Yeah. It'd be a problem.
Yeah, big
Oh.
problem.
So you're hanging out with Spenson.
Yeah, who is this guy?
Yeah. That'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's create more music, man.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Good rap.
Well done.
That's good.